60% will, and 40% feelings. This is the critical difference between true love and infatuation, which works on 100% feelings.
What are you saying? Because many people think loving means having good feelings always. No. It's the will. And that's why decision. Remember what we said about Adam and Eve? Decision first. When you have decided, I'm going to marry this, and decided, I have that till that time, I said my mind is fixed. It's not feelings. Because if you work on feelings, you will fail almost immediately. My friend, Pastor Dave, will always say, look, anyone that is immature, that's emotionally, I don't take nonsense. That's immaturity. Anyone that is immature is not yet right for marriage. Because in marriage there is plenty of nonsense. There is plenty of what? Nonsense. There is plenty of nonsense. So marriage was by will. No, I have decided I have to keep my decision. I have to remain on my decision. I decided to marry her, I decided to marry him. So that's will. You said it's 60%. It's the will that drives you, because many times there are the lows get so heavy. But 40% of feelings. That's how God works. Even our Lord with Jesus Christ. And sometimes you ask for what you may consider very critical problem. You are asking God, please do this for me. And he never came. You say, no, I'm not going to follow Jesus again. Or you see somebody do something and you are discouraged. Maybe a pastor, God forbid, rapes somebody you know. You say, Jesus, no, I'm no more following you. Is that what we do? He said to continue to follow. Because you have made it your way. We even sing it in the song. Even if you are decided to follow Jesus, even if the whole world decide not to, I will follow. It's same thing in marriage. I have decided to marry no matter what happens. In fact, you know, Jesus made a statement. I think we will come across it in yes. Says, no man hasn't set his hand on the plow and looking past. It's no more food for the table. No man, having just decided, I will do the plowing, set his hand, and he looks back. It's no more food for the table.
So the person whose love practice operates dominantly by feelings is sure to fail. Because in long-term love practice, there are always moments of low feelings, like I said. Satan will always help you try resist not to continue. But at some times, your will, your decision, your intentional consent, he needs this one. This mic. The holds microphone like the holds like this. You know what I said? Microphone for Nigeria. You know they don't hold that like this. They hold that like this. That's why I always hold for you. They lives it like this. So, but sometimes your will moves you on. Everyone entering into marriage must have this in his mind. If he or she must not be crushed by disappointments. Character cannot be developed in isolation. You know we have said it, isn't it? You develop character through loving one another, relating with another person. This is the reason Jesus spoke much about the other person and our neighbors. Therefore, if a person cannot love the one he or she sees, neither can he or she love the Lord whom he or she has not seen. This action is even worse in marriage. For if a person does not love the one he or she has chosen, he or she cannot love the one he has not chosen. You intentionally chose, and you are loving, and you have to love. Marriage is, of course, school for character. Marriage is God's school for character what? Character is not innate. Is it on the screen? Yes, it is. Character is not inborn. It's not inherited. Oh, no, you are there. Okay, it's not the same thing. Marriage. Character is a learned response. It is learned and cultivated through discipline. Through discipline, maintaining a disciplined mind and an open heart to the Lord. Environment is the chief influencer of character motivation. But inclination towards God and positioning oneself in the trail of God outshines an individual's environment when it comes to character motivation.
Now, what are you saying? Everything is. You read in the Bible, for example, Esau and Jacob. And God himself said, Esau I love. Jacob. No, sorry. Esau I hate. Jacob I love. How? You know, some weeks ago, we were teaching in our school and in my class. And in my class, they asked a question. And the question was, how can God love somebody from the beginning and not love somebody from the beginning? And I said, God looks into the heart. And God sees the beginning from the end. Your inclination from an inclined towards God, fine and good. Some are not inclined. Those inclined towards God, they grow up to follow the children of God. That's the provision. Because some people position themselves for the world. And because they have inclination more towards God and the other person, they position themselves. In the hotel, dancing and so on and so forth. Positioning. You position yourself. So that's what we are saying. That people, God sees people who are ready to position, to incline themselves towards God and position themselves in the trail of God from the beginning. And he sees those who are inclined towards the world and Satan from the beginning also. That's what we're saying. Character manifests.
When there is someone else present, because we can only define self in relation to others. Every school has syllabus, and so is God's marriage school. Let's move. So, during courtship, intended couples must discuss their future. They need to ask themselves the following questions. Ask yourselves why each wants to marry the other. Because why? Beauty fades, elegance deteriorates, but what remains there is what? If one day the man loses his job, will the woman still respect and support him?
These are questions you are supposed to ask yourselves and get answers because they are critical.
The singles lecturers is there. The offer is waiting for the singles to please come. We have a plan platform for us out there. So all the singles, please, let's meet the professor. He's waiting for us. Thank you.
So these questions we are talking about, You see, number one, usually when people come for counseling, intending trouble, sometimes it's not always, but it's critical. We ask them to give us a mission statement. Their marriage mission statement. What do we mean by that? What are you looking for in marriage? What are you looking forward to? Why do you want to get married? We say couples should ask themselves like that. Why do you want to marry me? Is that because you are beautiful, you are slim, you are tall, you are fair in complexion, you are this and this, you have pointed nose, and so on and so forth. Those ones will fail though. If that is your reason, you will fail. If you crash, the character can never crash. You can never crash. That's why we say, ask yourselves, why do you want to marry me? What's your mission in marriage? We call it mission statement. And she read number 2. Suppose because we have many cases today, the man suddenly loses his job. Sometimes not even his fault. Sometimes back there, people pushed him out of the job and he's jobless. Will you still respect me? You need to ask those questions. Because I have cases also where a man loses his job and he says, "No, I'm not come to marry a jobless person." And I don't know. But we have one correct. The question 3.
How would you handle anger?
Yeah.
We have a presentation for singles. I would say reposition itself for better relationships. And another one is while waiting for a life partner, what do you do? You know, there are many factors in those presentations for single. And one of them is, what is your anger level like? How do you handle
We call it agitation level.
Yes. Have you been able to identify anger in you? Have you been able to handle emotional issues in you before getting married? What are the factors that bring you to marriage from singlehood to marriage? How do you handle anger? How do they deal with money affairs? When I talk about that one, extensively concerning financial intimacy. What are each other's expectations of the other? What do you expect from me? What do I expect from you? These things have to be handled during courtship. What role will our parents and extended families play in our home? You have to discuss that. Otherwise, it can pose a problem. You agree with me? Some of us are seeing Esther. We don't see Esther now.
Esther is not around.
Esther is not around you. What are your biggest fear in marriage, or in this family, or in your partner, or in this marriage? What are each other's vision statements? Studies have shown that in most cases, men die first. Therefore, couples should endeavor early to have a house of their own for the security of the woman. That takes us to the syllabus. Remember what I said, some of the things will be repeated. We'll just read and pass because it's not all the time that we go through a series like this. Do you understand? So, number 1, syllabus number 1, the course content for the first week for the marriage, and all of them are based in the Bible. Faithfulness.